Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and start the book read with you guys. So this book is by Dolores Cannon called Between Death and Life. Whoa. Okay, I've started it, but once I started getting into it, I was like, dude, I gotta share this shit with somebody. This is crazy. So we have little treats. If you're not pro cannabis, I'm sorry. I am. And this is what we're doing here. We're going to smoke and chat. Okay. My kids are not here. They're all at school. So, just a little FYI. Okay, so let's read the back, okay? What occurs at the point of death? Does our personality survive after death? Where do we go afterward? These are all eternal questions. Dolores Cannon has accumulated information about the death experience and what lies beyond through 45 years of hypnotic research and past life therapy. While reliving past life experiences, hundreds of subjects reported the same memories when experiencing their death, the spirit realm, and their rebirth. Whoa. Okay. And I love the picture in here. I don't know why, but I feel like that's Dolores's daughter. If you guys have ever seen her, I feel like that's her, but all right. Okay, this was a little passage by Dolores right here. This book was originally written in the early 1990s and has stood the test of time. At that time, the subject of life after death was not openly discussed because of the fear associated with it. Now people are more open to talking about it and exploring the unseen realm. In 2013, I decided to update this book because of the questions I have been asked over the years and the additional information that has come forth. Nothing I have written about since I first discovered this subject in 1968 has ever been contradicted. Wow. In my 45 years of working in this field, only new information has been added as I continue my job as a reporter searching for lost knowledge. Dolores is such a dope ass. She's, man. Dolores, even just her attitude, like I love that lady. I always say that's gonna be me when I'm older. I'm just kidding. Cheers. Okay, this is by John Donne. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For those whom thou thinkest thou dost overthrow. Whoa, I'm lost. Die not, poor death, nor yet canst thou kill me. We're just gonna change the page. Okay, chapter 1, the death experience. This is so good, guys. So we'll read and then I'll talk and, Okay. I had to calm down for a second. I have been accused of speaking to and communicating with the spirits of the dead. So have I, Dolores. Ba-boom, boom. A definite no-no in religious circles. I had never thought of it in just that way, but I suppose it is true, with the exception that the dead with whom I speak are no longer dead, but are living again today and going about their daily lives. For as you see, I am a regressionist. This is a popular term for a hypnotist that specializes in past life regressions and historical research. So Dolores was a regressionist, past life regressionist that would hypnotize people and bring forth, their past experiences. Many people have difficulty accepting the idea that I am able to go back through time and talk to people as they relive other lives down through history. What I just said. I soon become accustomed to this and found it fascinating. I have written books describing some of my adventures in this incredible field. With most hypnotists, past life work is strictly off limits. I don't really understand why, unless they are afraid of what they might find and would rather stick with known and familiar situations which they are positive they can handle. So that's such a problem that we all have, is staying in that comfortability. And when you stay comfortable, there's no progression. There's no ascending. Like your soul isn't ascending at its fullest potential, because you're holding back from having those experiences that you need. I lost where I was. One such therapist confided in me as though he had made a real breakthrough. I have tried some regressions. I once took someone back to when he was a baby. He was so serious it was almost impossible for me to suppress a laugh as I answered, "Oh, that is where I begin. Oh, that is where I begin." Even among other regressionists who work regularly with past life memories as therapy, I have found many who have their own fears about taking a hypnotized subject through the death experience or venturing into the periods between lives when a person is supposedly dead. Whoa. So basically, hypnotizing someone and taking them to the point of when they passed, and what the events that unfolded with that. Whoa, that'd be amazing. And I know she's done it. They are afraid something physical might actually happen to the living body of the subject in trance. So that's why they never really did that, because they thought something would happen to the person that's under hypnosis. They thought something would happen to them. That somehow they may be harmed by the reliving of these memories, especially if they are traumatic. After going through this experience with thousands of subjects, I know that there are no physical problems, even if the regressed personality died in a horrible way. Of course, I always take special precautions to ensure that there will be no physical effects. The welfare of my subject is always my most immediate concern. I feel that my technique completely safeguards the subject. I would not attempt this type of research otherwise. To me, the in-between life plane, the so-called dead state, is the most exciting sphere of existence I have encountered. Because I believe there is much information to be obtained there that can be of great benefit to mankind. I believe people can come to realize that death is nothing to fear. When they face that time in their life, they can see that it is not a new experience, but one they are well acquainted with. We just don't remember. They themselves have already performed it many times. So we've been here many times, we've gone through this, but we don't remember it. And that's why they do the hypnosis, so they can remember. And it's a form of therapy, because of the fact you're able to dig into your soul and see why you react the way you react, why you are the way you are, why you like to eat the certain things you like to eat, or things like that, or things you're attracted to. So crazy, so many different things. They will not go into the great terrifying unknown, but to a familiar place they have already visited many, many times, a place that many call home. I hope people can learn to see birth and dying as evolutional cycles that each person goes through many times, and thus a natural part of their soul's growth. And just think of, if it was that easy to think of everything like that, then death wouldn't phase us. Yes, it still hurts because your loved one isn't physically here with you, but there are still existing amongst you, coexisting in the spirit plane, in the spirit realm. I have my finger on it. After death, there is life and existence in other planes that is just as real as the physical world they see around them. It may be even more real because you're in the raw, you're just pure energy. So just imagine you are what the it is. Like, I don't know what better way to say it. Once, while talking to a woman who considered herself enlightened, I like that, and it really has the on it, I was trying to explain some of the things I have found. I told her I did research into what it is like to die and where you go afterwards. She asked excitedly, "Where do you go? Heaven? Hell? Purgatory?" I was disappointed. If those were the only choices her mind would accept, it was obvious the woman was not enlightened as she thought. Exasperated, I replied, "Neither." She was shocked. "You mean you just stay in the dirt?" Thus, I realized that in order to write this book, I must retrace my steps to where I stood when the door first opened and try to remember my beliefs and thoughts as they were before the light entered, right? Yeah, I have to do that to a lot of people. No, but that's okay, though. That's okay. Like, that is okay, because it's just not their time yet. It's not their time. You can't be mad at that. No easy task, but necessary if I am to understand and relate to those still searching for that door and that light. Exactly. For I must speak to them in terms they can understand and try to lead them gently down the path of awareness. Yes, can't push nobody. They can live their lives to the fullest without fear of what tomorrow brings. To many people, the word death seems so forbidding, so final, so hopeless. A black void of mystery and confusion because it represents a cutting off from the physical world, which is the only place they definitely know with certainty exists. That's right. It's the only place that we know, like, it's here. It's real. It's not just something that's a story. To many people, the word death seems so forbidding. Okay, I said that already. Sorry, guys. Like many things in life, death is unknown, shrouded in mystery, folklore, and superstition, and thus to be feared. Yet it is something that we know everyone must eventually experience, no matter how much we wish to push it in the back of our minds and not think about it. We know that the body is only mortal and will someday expire. What happens then? Will the personality that we consider to be ourselves also perish with the physical shell? Is this life all there is? Or is there something more? Something rare and beautiful beyond what we know as life? Maybe the churches are correct when they preach about heaven for the good and pious. and hell for the evil and damned. With my insatiable curiosity, I'm sorry guys, I don't know that one. Insatiable curiosity, I am always searching for answers, and I believe there are many others who also share this craving to know. It would make life so much easier if we could live out our time in happiness and love, not fearing what lies at the end, right? Because what life is that? What defeats the purpose, you know? When I first began my regression research, I had no idea I would find the answers to any of these questions. Being a history enthusiast, I almost enjoyed going back through time and talking to people in different eras. I enjoyed reliving history as it was being made, and it was seen through their eyes as they remembered their other lives. I wanted to write books about their versions of these historical periods because each unknowingly corroborated with other stories while in deep trance. And it's so funny, that's kind of like how the EVPs are, like, you know, we can still intertwine, like everybody, you know, can intertwine messages. It because it's all coming from the same place. There are patterns I did not expect to find, but then something unexpected occurred that opened up a whole new world for me to explore. I discovered the period between lives, the so-called dead state, the place where people went after they left a physical life here on Earth. I can still remember the first time I stumbled through the door and spoke to the dead. It was during a past life regression, and when the subject died on me, it happened so quickly and spontaneously that I was taken off guard. I was not fully aware of what had happened. I don't know what I expected would occur if someone were to go through a death experience. But as I said, it happened so quickly there was not time to stop it. The person was looking down at their body and saying they looked just like any other corpse. I was amazed that the personality had definitely remained intact and it had not changed. This is important. This is a fear that some people have, that somehow the experience of dying will transform them or their loved ones into something different, strange, or unrecognizable. Again, it is the fear of the unknown. Why else are we so afraid of ghosts and spirits? We think that somehow the process of crossing over will change them from the beloved person we knew into something evil and frightening. But I have discovered that the personality remains the same, although on some... Sorry, my thing was full. So, it said, although on some occasions it experiences momentary confusion, it is still basically the same person. So, your personality doesn't change just because you passed on. You are who you are because of your soul. You know, your soul is in your body isn't in your soul. You know, like, this is a shell. This is a little resting spot for your soul to go into. And it's collecting all of the experiences that you go through. It's collecting all of that wisdom. I gotta go get me a drink of water. I got cotton mouth. But all of the stuff that you experience, it builds your wisdom, and that also, you know, grows your soul, grows the energy within your soul, and then thus that's your personality, your soul. It doesn't go nowhere. You don't have a personality because of this body. You know, it's something deeply embedded. It's who you truly are. And that's nothing to be afraid of. Like she keeps saying, you know, living she stresses that a lot, living a life of fear. And I know I used to, oh my gosh, like I used to watch the news every day. I was so tense, and I never understood that I was an empath, and I feel people's emotions. I hear people's thoughts. I didn't understand. I thought everybody felt that way. I thought everybody heard those things and, saw the things they could see, in my head or whatever, however the message was coming in. But I didn't realize there were messages. And it's also the main reason why is because I was living in such fear. So it was just like a cloud over me, and I couldn't see life any other way. I've never been a religious person. And honestly, I'm kind of thankful for that now, because it left the door open for me to decide what I wanted to do. And just because I'm not a religious person doesn't mean that I knock religious people, because I don't. What your beliefs are, what works for you, boo. And I have no part of that. As long as you're living your truth and living up to your fullest potential, then kudos to you. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here for a little while. I gotta delete some stuff on my phone because it cut off on me, and yeah, I have like 2 minutes left. So weird. I just deleted a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, we're gonna get through this whole book, guys, and we'll just keep talking. It gets better, it gets good, it gets really, really good. We're just into the introduction of it. I love you guys, and let me know if you like this, if you like the story, the book reads of Dolores. Love you guys.